Welcome back, traders. Hope you've had a great weekend. So today is a Monday, and we're going to be reviewing some of the trades that we called out. They're about to happen, and also I've brought you another setup. Okay, it is the same setup, but in different examples and trades, such that maybe if you haven't mastered it, you can master it further. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first conduct the review, and then I'm going to be giving you some of the setups that we called out, and they're playing out well. I told you, the moment you master these setups, you don't need to bother yourself with knowing the whole analysis for the full week. You don't need to bother yourself with looking for the daily trend or whatever. You can use the trend that is on the time frame that you're trading for as long as you be mindful of where you put your take profit. And those ones who are using high time frames like the 4-hour, the daily, then you're even more safer with the trend. Okay, so without further ado, you guys, as usual, you will subscribe to the channel. Then I'm going to first show you the trade that we called out that is playing out well on gold. By the way, on gold, I told you this setup always happens on gold. And then another one that then I'll show the ones that we are waiting. We missed some trades also according to the previous video I shared. However, we moved. That is the reality of trading. You're not going to take all the trades and you're not going to win all of them. You're going to miss some of the trades. Okay, so 5 seconds. Subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 300 subscribers. So far we are 280. Subscribe and be part of this amazing community of traders, and then we proceed. Okay. Okay, so now proceed. This is gold, and I think it was on the 30 minutes time frame. 30 minutes time frame. Yeah, this one here. So if you remember very well what I told you, this setup works in a way that people who trade break and retest, people who trade support and resistance, people who trade demand and supply. So it's just demand and supply combined with support and resistance and break and retest strategy. So you have almost 3 strategies in one. So now what gives you precisions for entries is demand and supply. But you know that it's going to be, now for example, you look here, this is the trade that we called out last week. You can check the previous video to confirm this. If you look here, you will see that price used this as support. Price went up, came back, used this as support here, came back, used it as support, then broke with this bearish big candle. It is not a marabozo, but it is a very big candle for bearish price action. So now this one, when it broke here, it left here a demand zone, a supply zone. So after leaving a supply zone, it is also an area of support and resistance. So what is happening is price will be coming to retest this where it has broken. Remember, let me show you the line chart. Price broke down this level here. You see, this is a level that price has been retesting, so it broke down. So price will be coming to retest that area, that is break and retest and go down. So at the same time, there is support and resistance. This is support broken, it turns into resistance. We know when price hits resistance, it is likely to sell. At the same time, we have supply and demand. We have a supply zone at this area. Let me draw the supply zone. This is something I described in my previous video. So this is the supply zone, this green candle here. This is where the selling pressure came in, or where the sellers came in bulk. So what do? We enter from there, put our stop losses slightly below or above this supply zone, and then our target is the next low, which is this one. It's supposed to be 1:2. So that is 200 pips. But see what happened when the market opened today. Price dropped to almost now 400 pips. That is a 1:3.8. You see that setup, guys? Very clear and precise. Very clear and precise. Yeah? Very clear and precise. It is like a break and a retest. A break and retest. Okay, so that was the one on gold. Currently it is still happening. However, we have we are looking for buys on gold. We are holding on for buys on gold. That was just a recap of that trade. So we are holding on for buys on gold on the, I think, 4-hour time frame. Yes, on the 4-hour time frame. So we've had a low, a high, a lower low, a high, a lower high, a lower low, and then a higher high here. So this is a QM. We broke this high here. I normally want to use the body closure, but even if you use the wick, we broke and closed above. So we left a demand zone here. So I'm thinking that price action might want to come here, test this demand zone and go up. Good enough, we started well. The first opening candle dropped, the second dropped, the third one dropped, and we are seeing rejection. So we would be wanting to see this price action come, tap into this area, and we go to the upside. However, we are still waiting. It might happen today, it might happen tomorrow, but we are still waiting. It might not even happen. But that is the right zone to buy from. Okay, so now this one is rally, base, rally. Good, so we're waiting for that. So when you come to US oil, guys, on US oil, I think you can see how things are looking so beautifully. The economy is doing wonderfully. This is a trade that I called out yesterday on US oil. I called out this trade yesterday on the video. I sent, yesterday? Yes, yesterday. And let me show you what happened. So US oil, we were here. You see this gap here? So Friday was here. That is Friday. This gap here. And I told you that US oil is going to come, retest this area, and buy to the upside. Why did I tell you that? Because we had a drop base and then a beautiful rally breaking this structure here. I even show you that we went up to the way up, all the way up to there, breaking all the structures that we had created. Remember, initially we were in the consolidation, and I told you we are going to come down here, tap into this zone, and then our target is going to be all the way up here, which is 180 pips. That is 1:3. So if I have covered a 1:2. So if you're comfortable with those profits, you can get out from there if you're comfortable with those profits. However, if you're not, then we are still going, and I know we are going to reach that area. So US oil we predicted, and we were right on the money. So you can check that video, and if you took advantage of it, so you're good to go. So that was US oil. It is moving on well and respected the zone very wonderfully. Okay, so we go to what else? I think USDJPY. It was USDJPY. Now USDJPY, guys, we missed the trade, and this is what I told you. You're not always going to get all the trades. The demand zone was beautiful. We knew it was going to buy. We knew it was going to buy, and I even told you USDJPY were buying. So price came. However, it did not reach our zone. It again went up, tried to come down, but the buying momentum was so high. So price went to our TP without he coming to take us in. So we feel bad about it, but we know that is trading. Sometimes you're going to miss, sometimes you're going to lose, sometimes you're going to win. However, if you miss, don't chase, just wait for the next trade. Do not chase the market, wait for the next trade. That is USDJPY. USD card, we had the same issue. USD card, guys, we had the same issue. USD card hit our target. It was going to be here, 1:3, and even went past. It is now running in 100 pips. And you see, it was a very good trade. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, then higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So price was supposed to come and give us an entry here. However, it decided to use this demand zone here. This one here. This is what price decided to use as the demand zone for it to buy massively. However, this is not a demand zone I would use any day. It is not. This one I was going to miss it. Like I missed it, even tomorrow if it happens, the demand zone I'm going to use, because I have a very clean and clear demand zone with a Marabozu candle down here. There is no I'm using this one here, because this one I'll just see it as top hand and then it goes up. So it used that and went up. So we were right about the direction, but we missed the trade. Why did we miss the trade? Because price did not come to pick our orders. That is on USD card. USDCHF, we didn't have anything. Yes, we had. Oh, sorry. Was it the 4 hour? Yes. So the 4 hour, that is where we had a trade on USDCHF. So now, USDCHF, it was initially it was ranging below this trend line, broke out of the trend line, took out this supply zone, took out the trend line. Also, this is a trade we take any day, anytime. Look at this Marabozu candle with this good demand zone. So price had to come and tap us in before it went up. So far it has moved 52 pips, but it did not tap us in. We were not tapped in. Why were we not tapped in? Because USDCHF decided to miss our entry by 2 pips, I think 1 pip. By 1 pip, and then it went to the direction that we expected. So we don't chase the market, we let it be. Do we expect it to come back? Yes, but with this area like this, I don't expect it to come back. But even if it comes, it's not something I'm willing to enter. So that was the review of the trades that we had. Did we have any other trade? AUD/USD? No, AUD/USD we don't have. NZD/USD, we still have a long way to go. We have might have even 3 days to reach this zone. AUD/USD. So I wanted to show you which one. This one we talked about it yesterday. We missed it. Why did we miss it? Because it did not reach the zone that we anticipated. Reached in the middle, respected this area, and then turned out short to the upside. 1, 2, 3. Very beautiful moves to the upside. So which one else? I think DXY. I told you about DXY. I told you DXY would be buying. So DXY bought, buying from this demand zone and has been going up, breaking this trend line, also removing this supply zone. So meaning if DXY is buying, USDJPY should be buying, USDCHF, USD card should be buying, and then the euro based pairs mostly should be selling. Then we have this one, no. I think those are the pairs that we're monitoring. Let me see. The card, it is still the same thing. And the card, still the same thing. We are just waiting. So that is all. That is the review for yesterday, guys. We only caught gold and US oil. We missed most of the trades on USD card, USDJPY. We missed them. So we shall be seeing how we are going to be progressing. However, if you've learned something from the video, kindly like it, and if you can share for someone to learn. Also, if you're not part of the channel, guys, kindly subscribe, because when you do subscribe to the channel is going to grow, and we are going to grow together as like-minded traders. So that is all for today, guys. Bye.